Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Discipline Therapy Podcast. I'm your host, EL Discipline. Alongside me is Suhei Sotomayor. We know y'all are fiends and y'all know what that means. We're serving you your dose weekly of Discipline Therapy where not everything is completely free, as we are on Patreon for a plethora of exclusive content for you to see. But what is free is judgment-free, sucker-free, censor-free, sensitive-free, and some liberty. God and the ancient ancestors are great, and that means everything else is straight. So go grab your wine, popcorn, or my favorite roll of blunt, but make sure the children are in bed. Why? Because we have that vulgar, sometimes soul food conversations all the time. Prepare your mind to be fed. Light one up, inhale life, and exhale strife. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are tuned in to the Discipline Therapy Podcast.
We're here.
Sponsored by Verizon, Russell Cellular. Shout out to my boy Curran. I only deal with bosses. Curran, I've known him since 2005. He's gonna take care of you. Trade in your phone. I only pay sales tax. I don't pay for the
Nice.
phone. So I get free accessories, extra charges. My charger could be fucked up right now. I'll go, oh, Curran, I need an extra charger. No problem. Get it right there.
Nice, you
Free
got the
stuff.
hookup.
So I ain't never changing Verizon. It's 420 Montauk Highway, West Islip, 11795, Long Island, New York. Go check him out. He'll take care of you. Mention the Discipline Therapy Podcast. He'll hook you up. So once again, shout out to Curran. Show sponsored by Verizon. Okay, so tonight's episode is episode 147, season 14.
Wow.
Do you still believe in monogamy, or is polygamy the new relationship and people are just in denial? We have a guest caller on the line. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you like
Um,
to state your name or remain anonymous?
no, I'll say my name. My name is Octavia.
Yes, ladies
I
and
love
gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Octavia is a returning guest. She was on the show, I don't remember the season, 12, I think it was, where it was, damn, I don't remember the episode number, but I do remember the topic.
Ooh, what was the topic?
Why is masculine and feminine energy important in a romantic relationship dynamic?
Mm,
Yeah, I don't remember the number, but she was the guest caller on there. So she's a returning guest caller. We appreciate you coming back on.
definitely.
Appreciate for having me again.
Okay, so did you hear the topic or do you need me to reiterate?
No, I heard the topic.
All right, so first and foremost, before you get into it, let me just educate real quick. Poly is short for many different things. Now, there's adjectives and there are practices. So I just want to make it perfectly clear, let people understand, give them examples, and then we're going to go into it. Because it's very imperative that we educate the community.
Mm-hmm.
You know, false narratives, propaganda, gimmicks in the past have changed how we move, especially in a relationship and connecting with each other.
Yeah.
So it's very imperative. So polygamy is actually a man who is married to two women or
Okay.
three. It's very
Multiple.
It's very acceptable in cultures like Middle Eastern cultures, Muslim cultures, religions, and stuff of that nature. Right? Very taboo in America.
I mean, they do
So-
have it though.
Yeah.
Polygamous communities.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now she said polygamous. That's an adjective. Polyamorous. That's an adjective. Could be a noun too. Polygyny. This is another practice. So polygyny, polyamory, and polygamy are practices. Polyamorous is an adjective, like a dominant person, a submissive person. Those are adjectives. Okay?
So polyamorous is a person who is in the
Engage with
Gotcha.
multiple relationships, could be romantic, could be intimate.
He's a practitioner.
Or she.
Or she, right?
Now, polyandry is a woman who's married to two men.
Hmm.
Okay? So polygyny is the practice. Okay, it's the practice of engagement.
Mm-hmm.
All right, polygamy is the actual marriage to multiple.
Okay.
So if polygamy can't be a woman thing,
And
polygamy is
is
the
the
man
man.
married to 2 or 3 women.
Okay.
Okay, polyamorous. I'll just reiterate. Doesn't mean marriage.
Right. It just means love.
Yeah, so the guy could be, and these are the examples I'm gonna get into. The guy could be sexually monogamous, but talks to different women.
Wait. So is
That's
polyamory
polyamorous.
just a man, or a woman can be a
Woman can
polyamorous?
be that
Ah.
too.
Okay. Okay.
Polyamory is type of practice. However, it can be solo polyamory. It's like an open relationship.
Mm.
Solo polyamory can be open relationship on one side. Could be just the man's, not the woman's. It's closed on hers.
Okay.
Could be the woman's, not the man's. It's
Mm.
closed on him. I know an athlete, I won't mention his name because I don't want to embarrass him. He accepted that. He's well known though.
Mm.
He accepted that with his wife. So it's closed on his part, open on hers.
That's crazy.
And she's dating a guy that makes a lot less money than him.
You're gonna have to tell me off camera.
Yeah, I
Off
don't want to
camera.
embarrass
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
All right, so he did. Maybe that was a humiliation sacrifice. Who knows, right? So that's that. So I kind of get all 3 parts. The main thing is the practice and then the adjective.
Okay.
So the practices are polyandry, polygamy, polyamory, and polygyny. And then the adjective or the noun is polyamorous.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay, here's another example, then we'll get into it. A girl can have an OnlyFans,
Okay.
but she's only having sex with one guy. She's polyamorous.
Really, but she's not loving anybody.
Yeah.
Except for the guy.
She's polyamorous.
How
Flirting
interesting.
online, stuff of that nature, polyamorous. The woman can be in a monogamous relationship, but she has male friends. Remember what I said what polyamorous is? Intimate or romantic. So it doesn't necessarily mean they're having sex. She's connecting still, right? With those male friends. Yeah. So it's true. It's just we gonna get into the denial and stuff. All right.
The meat and potatoes of
So
it.
Octavia, everything that I said, did you get it? You need me to reiterate anything?
Well, I did. See, when I heard of polygamy, I might consider maybe saying the name wrong. I just thought a man. I didn't think of religion. I just thought a man who just wants a woman and a whole bunch of women. Like he doesn't want to settle with no one, but they're all the women that he encounter with, they're accepting it. That's what I thought
Yeah.
polygamy was.
Oh, good. Good that I explained it so you get it. Polygamy is he committed. He committed. He's just committed to multiple women.
Okay.
Marriage.
Yeah.
Okay. So you what you want to mean is polyamory or polyamorous?
There's no commitment.
There's no.
Well, marriage.
Well, technically, a person who's polyamorous is building relationships with multiple people. So there's could be commitment there.
Right. But okay.
Okay. So good, go ahead. So do you still believe in monogamy, or is polyamory, polygamy, polygyny the new relationship and people are just in denial about it?
I'm definitely old school, so I still old school values. I believe in nothing but monogamy. I do know other religions they can marry more than one woman, but I can only base it on my religion and American, and I'm a Christian, so I'm very old school and believe in old school values. I don't believe in polygamy. I don't think it's a denial. I think it's a choice. People are choosing. If it's not based on religion, I feel like they're choosing to be with multiple women because that's what they choose. They don't want to one woman, in my opinion. If you have to have more than one, there's something within you, maybe a childhood, something you went through a trauma or something you just don't want to commit to. I believe it's not a denial. I believe it is a choice. And I do believe monogamy. I believe some people out here, especially in my generation or my mother's generation, parents' generation, monogamy, you don't see I never heard of these new terminology that you just went over. Just today, I'm learning it for the first time. So,
Hmm.
it's not being.
Do
I
you
don't know. Like I said,
do you
You,
think it's
it's not.
something that they hid more back in the days instead of being more out in the open about it, or
I don't think they hid it. I just think they
you
didn't
they
believe in
didn't
it. It
believe it?
wasn't
Okay,
part of it.
okay.
so, and you're entitled to your own opinion. Most women say what you say about men that have multiple women. But understand this is a equal thing though, cause there's women that do it too. Might not be out in the public and stuff of that nature, but there's women that do it too. Not a lot, but more women in their masculine. So, I could get it why you put the stigma of just a man, because it's might be like a masculine thing
Mhm.
subconsciously in your brain. So, boom. Let me ask you, you're a Christian, you believe in monogamy. Do you date Christian men too? Are you looking to get a man who's not in religion, who's not religious, who's not a Christian, and convert him?
No,
No to what? Both?
no, I'm not into men who are not into religion or not a Christian.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Have you always been like that?
Um,
Cause I just
as an
ask you.
adult,
I just
well, as
ask
an
you. I'm sorry.
yeah, as an adult, yes. I mean, back when maybe I was a teenager, no, it wasn't a big thing. From now that I'm a grown a woman, yes, I feel like you have to be equally yoked with that person. If they're not a Christian, they believe something differently. We're not equally yoked. I can't change him, he can't change me. So what's the purpose?
Okay.
Can't change anybody. You gotta either accept them for who they are, and if you don't accept it, just he's not meant for you, or she or he are not meant for you. So um, there'll be no point of me going outside someone who doesn't believe in the same value as I do. Like I
Hmm.
can't date somebody if I believe in monogamy, he doesn't believe in it. What's the purpose?
Do you have children? I think I remember
I
you
have an 18-year-old daughter. Yeah,
18-year-old daughter. Okay. The baby father's Christian?
no. That's what I said. I met him when I was 17. I'm 36 now, so
Oh,
Hmm.
somebody I would consider.
okay. So you kind of like wait, you were always Christian, right? Cuz you grew up in the
Yeah,
church?
I was raised as
Okay.
a Christian.
So did you meet him at church?
No, at Chuck E. Cheese.
Mm,
She said Chuck E. Cheese.
okay. What so his beliefs are completely contrary to yours.
Correct. I don't know if I don't know. I'm not sure. We don't communicate. I'm not sure if he's a Christian or not. But just the way he is, I could tell he probably isn't. But that was when I was 18. I can't. I think differently than I was at not my age at 18. So
Hmm.
what I would accept at 18, I wouldn't accept at 36. So
Okay. So so I know you still believe in monogamy and everything. So you're 36. Do
hmm
you plan to date younger or older or in your
older,
same age bracket?
same age bracket but older.
Okay. You probably in the church you're gonna meet him. Do you think you can meet a guy at your age who's like a virgin still, who's never had a girl, never had couple of bodies under his belt, um didn't go through all these experiences, the clubbing days and stuff of that nature?
No, because I'm not looking for someone who's perfect. I'm not perfect. I wouldn't expect him to have no no things he has done. We all have done things in our past. I'm not here
Mm,
to judge what he is. As my focus is how he is today, not what he used to be.
okay. So regardless of the man, how he what he thinks, you guys are connecting on all levels. Maybe he's not religious, but he's, God is in him, right? Talks about God, stuff of this nature. But he believes in polygamy. Is that a deal breaker?
Most definitely,
Why?
because I'm not looking for someone who. I'm not looking to share my husband with anybody. If I'm not enough for you, then I'm not for you.
If would you date a man who didn't have social media?
Yes,
Okay. Would you date a successful, like, would you date a man who wasn't as successful?
Yeah, because long as I feel like he's a provide, he could provide. I don't care if he has millions of dollars. I mean, as long as I feel like he's a provider, that's the main. I want to feel like I gotta be the provider, the head of the household. I don't want that.
Okay. Okay. I ask these questions because when men get success, they're gonna acquire some things that they don't want
Like
because it
what?
comes with success. Like
Like what?
Hmm.
remember that song with Drake and Trey songs? I want the money, money
Yeah.
and the O's and the clothes. Those I suppose. I just wanna be successful.
Yes.
It's sometimes it might come with it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
men have the proclivity to be with multiple women. The way they stay loyal is based off their options. So if they don't have them coming at them and throwing it at them, because a lot of women can be aggressive too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Then it
Yeah.
kind of forces them, but involuntarily, to
To be
be
monogamous.
monogamous.
Mm.
So that's why I'm saying the virgin, I could see it, but a guy who's kind of out there, got swag. Cause let me ask you another question. The way a man's gonna pick you up, does that matter? Or are you gonna approach a man and have you approach the man, and do you feel comfortable approaching the man?
It depends on the scenario. If he look approachable, yes. I don't. I mean, of course, I want to be approached, but if the vibe is there, the scenario is there, I might come up to him and approach.
Okay. That's another thing that women look for too. How the man's approaching her and stuff of that nature. Most women are biologically designed to be attracted to men who other women validate. That's the crazy thing
Who
about
other women
women
find desirable?
saying that they
Mm-hmm.
still want monogamy and stuff of that nature, because most women, maybe she's an exception.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say she's a liar. I'm not going to say she's just showing off for the camera, but because I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe Octavia is an exception. But most women follow other women because the feminine is built to it, like follow.
Mm. Well, Octavia, can I ask you a question? Do you know any women who think differently than you? Like they're like, I wouldn't mind.
I feel like I don't. I have women, my friends. A lot of them are married in relationships, so yes, they believe in monogamous. But I
Okay.
just feel like when it comes to men, most men of stature, like you mentioned Drake and Trey Songz, that most women would accept that because they just look at what they're getting benefit out of it. They're getting the money, like they're getting something that they want out of it. So they're like, I don't care anymore. Some people they just want to say they were with Drake or say they were with Trey Songz. So just the status, the money that they have, they don't care about monogamous. They're willing to play their role.
Yeah, she's right.
But
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not
uh,
talking about them. I was just talking about the song. Like success comes with certain things that we may not be able to control, or we don't want, especially for men.
Like women throwing themselves at them.
Yes.
Okay. Like some men may not want that. They may
Y-
not
y-
like women that do that, but
Yeah,
it
but
just
it
comes with the
just comes
territory.
with the territory.
I got you.
So I'm asking her the tough questions because she has social media.
Mm-hmm.
She's out there clearly, right? So if you gonna meet a man in person, if you're gonna meet a man in social media, he most likely will have social media. So you are sharing him. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? I always want to challenge women when they say they don't want to share a man. When a man goes out there, there's work wives, work husbands, right? Quote unquote. They're not real, but you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you're sharing him. You're sharing his brain capacity. You're sharing his energy. You're sharing his ideas just to be a technical magician,
Mm.
right? Technical person.
Yeah.
You're sharing him. So that's why I asked her, would she date a man who didn't have social media, this and that? Because the moment he has social media and he's successful, he's going to start acquiring stuff. and probably people, men, women, whatever, businesses or whatever it is, she's gonna be sharing it. The biggest thing, you're sharing his time. Cause it's a fact, right? You either date a broke man who got all the time in the world, or you date a successful man where now his time is appreciated because he doesn't have it.
Yeah.
He makes time for you. So it's like your age today, Octavia, you're gonna meet a man unless he's in church and strict on religion and God. And he also practices what he preaches 7 days a week. You're gonna share him.
I don't believe that. I mean,
I'm telling you the truth. You don't have to believe it, but I'm telling you the truth. At your age, like you're not 25.
everybody who goes to church is not a Christian. I mean, I want to make that very clear.
That's
So
true.
it's not necessarily I have to meet. Like I think sometimes people take Christianity as perfect people. I don't go to church 7 days a week. I go to church on a Sunday.
So does Christianity talk about monogamy or polygamy?
I mean, they talked about they don't really get into relationship, but if they would, of course, they would never talk about polygamy. It's something that the man, like
So do
even
you
Christian,
so most Christian people believe in monogamy.
most people in general, let's take the religion out of it. Most women, like I said, my friends, majority of them are married. Majority of them are in relationships. So that's why I mentioned my generation. I'm like, this younger generation is different. I feel like the 20-year-olds and the 19 see more growing up ratchet music and twerking so much. You see more. You didn't see that coming up as much. So I feel like my generation, like my sisters are both married. So my generation, and like I said, my generation before me, all believe in monogamy, especially women. I mean, I can't speak on the men. Everybody wants that one man. Not every woman, but majority wants that one relationship with that one person. We don't want to share. Like I feel like if you want to share, then he obviously don't want to. He doesn't want to give up his singleness. So stay single, in my opinion. So that's what I feel like. I feel like my generation, a lot of people I know are the high school, majority of them are married. So it's definitely
So you know how I asked you about the women and you said that most of them, like how you just answered, most of them are married, they're in a relationship, and they would rather be in a monogamous relationship. Do you know men that are the men that you know rather? Are they the same way? They rather be in a monogamous relationship as well?
yeah, like like I'm talking to a man now. He wants to be a monogamous. So it's like I said, it depends on the person. I don't have a lot of male friends.
Okay.
But majority of them I come across one woman.
Mm-hmm. No one's ever come, like, let's say you meet a man, no one's ever brought that up, being polyamorous or anything like that.
No, only one man that I met on the app. He said he was into it, but I didn't. Again, I just thought polygamy meant he wanted because he wasn't married. I'm assuming just want a whole bunch of women. But no, I don't come across that too often.
Okay.
Most people don't know.
Like they keep it to themselves, you're saying?
Yeah. Like
Or they don't know that they're
a man
polyamorous.
or a man or a woman will cheat subconsciously.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like she was saying how a lot of Christians don't really practice what they preach. It's not verbatim. They say the most faithful men are religious men. But how is that a thing if a reverend will cheat given the opportunity? Like, I'm trying to teach y'all ladies about nature. So the good thing is, yeah, she's talking to a guy right now. I hope it works out and stuff of that nature. Sometimes people say things, you know what I'm saying? I'm selling you me. It's a job interview. I'm selling you me. You know what I'm
Like
saying?
lying on the application.
But it's like it comes down to opportunity. There's gonna be tests, and that's how you're gonna actually know if he's monogamous or not. So that's how you're gonna know, Octavia, if he's monogamous or not. There's gonna be tests that's gonna give him the opportunity. God might even throw it in your path. Give him opportunity to see if he's gonna be faithful. I already told you, and people in the past too, I could walk in a bar full of naked women. I'm walking to the front. Why? A lot of it has to do with power. A lot of it has to do with power.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Discipline.
I'm gonna engage because I want to, not because I'm weak.
Mm.
It does because he's a Christian man doesn't mean he's strong sexually. Might not have sexual discipline. That's why it comes down to the opportunity. Men are as faithful as their options.
Mm.
So the real test will be when it's being thrown at him. When he's there, when you ain't, girl, and you gonna see how it is.
Mm.
When you catch him in things. It might not ever happen. Might be happening, but it might not ever happen unless you a phone checker. Unless this, that. The woman steps out of her place, calls the crib, he went to the bathroom, leave her phone open.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Everything comes to light. If the woman is religious and strict and all that, and he's playing the game, the ancestors and God is going to help her see that.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a very rare thing that it will happen, but like, I hope that relationship is not what I'm saying. I hope he is monogamous like he told you, Octavia. You know, he can fight his male nature. That's what it is. Men and women think differently. And it's like, we have to understand that most women do know that men are born polyamorous, but they kind of force them to be monogamous so they can feel secure. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, it's like, there are people who can be monogamous, but it comes down to the test. That's when they will really show you that they are.
Mm.
The Christian guy who is saying he's all about this monogamy, one man, one woman. You put him in front of that beautiful girl. Let's see if he's flirting. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Mm.
Because it doesn't necessarily have to be sex for him to be cheating.
I was about to say that you have, especially you have a different definition,
Perspective.
right? Perspective on what cheating is. But before we get into that, Octavia, I know you said you had an 18-year-old daughter, right? Let's
Yes.
say, and you speaking on the topic, it sounds like you're very against poly anything.
Mhm.
What if your daughter came one day and said, "You know what? I'm talking to this guy." What if she wanted to be in a poly relationship? Like what would you say? Would it be different? Would what you tell her be different if it was a man with her and multiple women, or her and multiple men?
I
Or
mean,
is it? Go ahead.
I will hope she would do neither one,
Okay.
but I can't really answer until you're in that situation. But my first reaction is to try to help her get out of it or see the light. Um, I would try to talk to her out of it, but again, it's her decision. I can't make decisions for her. I
Mm-hmm.
know she's her own person, but you never know. Again, you never know until you actually get
Or
into the
in it.
situation,
Yeah.
unless it happens to you. But knowing my daughter and who she is, I just can't see that happening. I mean,
Okay.
I
yeah.
have 3 questions to ask you, but this one before the 3 questions. The
Okay.
man that you're currently talking to, and I'm not trying to start nothing. The man that you're currently talking to, because this is going to be a blessing. This is very hard to find. I remember the last show that you came on. I remember the conversation rigorously. You said you wouldn't date outside your race.
Oh yeah.
The man you're currently dating, right? Dating?
Well, we just started talking. Don't
Okay.
make color.
Is he black?
Yes.
Okay. That's number 1. Check. Check. He checked the box. Does he have no children?
Yes, too.
Oh, so he got a baby mama around. Polly.
Lord.
Married for 10 years.
Polly. Wait, he's married?
No, 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 no. I said he was.
Does he co-parent still?
Yeah, I'm sure he's in his kids'
Polly.
lives.
Okay, so that's an X. How old is he?
45.
45?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is one of the things I asked her earlier. I was like, do you think you're gonna find a man in your age bracket or older who is not gonna be practicing this?
Mm-hmm.
Because the fact that he has a kid with another woman kind of puts him in that category.
Yeah.
And just my perspective. Maybe I'm wrong because it's like
Do you
some people
know
have their
men?
perspective. It's like, oh well, they ain't fucking though, so they ain't in a relationship. It's no. She's gonna have to share him with another baby mama, and I'm gonna get into the questions now. She's
Right.
sharing him pretty much.
Yeah. Well, I think what it is that you're a super technical fighter.
Okay,
You know what I mean? Right now we were just
I'm not gonna ever stop that.
no, of course not. But like right now we were about to talk about cheating, right?
Mhm.
And you said, what if is he flirting with somebody? Because cheating doesn't necessarily have to be having sex.
Sexual intercourse,
Right.
yeah.
So, Octavia, let me ask you, his definition of cheating could be the way his woman walks out the house, the way she's dressed is inappropriate, or flirting with another man. What is your definition of cheating?
I don't. I think cheating is a mental and physical interaction. So if you start fantasizing, you're cheating right there because once you get a hold of someone's mind, that's a strong emotion or strong connection. And then physically, that's cheating. Now, I feel like if he started fantasizing wanting that woman mentally and then physically, then that's you already cheated when you started fantasizing mentally. But I have a question for you though. Do you feel like there's no faith? The way you're describing men is that no man can ever be faithful. Like no man can ever want just one woman.
They can, if they don't have options.
Well, they gonna always have options. There's plenty of women out here. I believe there's. I used to feel the same way. Men can't.
I don't believe a man can be faithful. He might want to be, but tomorrow he might just say, "You know what? I'm eating apple every day. I'm great with eating the apple every day." Oh, wait a minute. I just saw pineapples and watermelon and blueberries and bananas. I want to dibble and dabble too. Yeah, I believe a man can be faithful, but most of the time, that's because it's whatever's available and he doesn't have options. I told you, the real test comes when it's being thrown at him beyond his control. That's when you can see he's gonna be faithful. And we can't tell if that's gonna happen if he's in his current situation where it's not being done to him or he's not getting it.
I would say
So
this.
by nature, because even people don't even talk about the gods, they don't talk about God, they don't talk about Jesus, but all these great people that we talk about, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, had more than one woman. Why don't we talk about that though? So it must be something biologically, right? Why is it that every woman you talk to, I coach a lot of women and men, every single time, why did the relationship end? You know what they always say?
Because he cheated.
How did you know?
Hmm.
How did you know? And they all got the same answer.
Sorry. Oh.
So we
Wait.
gotta come with an answer, right? We gotta come with an answer. Like, why are these guys cheating? It has to be something biological. It has to be something scientific. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
So, in a
Well,
way, go ahead.
I came across some men off the bat. They were letting me know they were married. Why? So, and they could have been tempted. They didn't have to let me know they were married, but they let me know I'm married. A guy approached. He was a police officer. He said, "I could give you my business card, but let you know I am married."
Okay, Octavia, you're
So,
proving my point though. You're proving
well,
my point. Did you continue to engage in them with them?
no, I did
Okay,
not.
but you're proving my point. There's been guys that's okay. So this is something that's common. The guy that is faithful, he should actually be rewarded because that's not common. That's like a needle in a haystack.
Yeah. Where are we gonna find that guy?
But here's the question. Would you rather be why women would rather be the side piece than a second wife or a first wife? Why do you think?
I feel like it's easier to be a side piece in it because then it'd be you said a side piece or his wife
Or
Yeah.
a second wife.
because they can have insecurities and they feel like I can't get all of them. I'll get half of them, and the
Okay.
one accept it.
So, what do you think?
Why a woman would rather be a side piece than a second wife?
Mhm.
I feel like when women hear, "Oh, I'm gonna be the second wife," I think they automatically figure that there's like a hierarchy to it. But if
Yeah.
you're just a mistress or a side piece, you don't have to fall into any of that. You can bypass that if you want. That's what I think.
So most women will look at it as, well, you're already cheating on your wife. I'm getting benefits. Who gives a fuck about a title? You put me in that category. Will there be somebody else outside of me? Because I see how you treat your wife. I see where you put her.
Mm.
So I'm already getting benefits here. It's just like the person that's lazy that doesn't want responsibility. Just give me the money and the title of manager. I don't want the responsibility though. I'm getting all this.
Mm.
Or give me the money, but give me the title as a high value stock guy.
Mm.
But I'm kind of getting paid like a manager. You see what I'm saying? It's like that. I'm already kind of getting the benefits or whatever. I get more
Right.
truth than the wife. I mean,
Right.
I see where you put her. You know?
Right. They think that they're higher.
Yeah.
Right. Their status is higher even though he's
That
married.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
why they would rather do it, because
Yeah.
it's kind of like, well, I mean, if you stepped out,
Yeah,
she
why
wasn't
bother?
really that. That's like a woman logic. I'm not saying that's how I
Right,
think
right.
or how most men think. This is how a woman thinks. A woman will think, I mean, Octavia just said it. If you are not monogamous, you got something within you. You got a problem within you. You're not happy. If you stepped out on your wife, she don't do shit. She probably don't know how to suck dick. She probably don't know how to do this, cook clean. She's gonna just assume that she's just trash.
Yep.
But the guy's just diving into his nature. And she could be doing everything great. He just happens to connect with somebody else. And it's not a hit and quit. He's building a relationship there too. So he's polyamorous. Maybe he wants to make her a second wife. Polygamy.
Well, I
You-
think that because of how just historically in society,
Yeah.
men don't usually do that. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of men will just go and have sex because, like you said, it's available, it's an option,
Yeah.
and there it is. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So a lot of women, how many times do they find out? How many times have we heard she say, "How many times can you cheat on me?" 1, 2, 3, and he's not building, so it's just him having sex. That puts a strain on a woman on how she feels about herself. Also, so I think that's why women have a very maybe a low opinion on poly because they don't see that. You know what I mean?
It's common for you to hear a man say, "Oh, I cheated in my last relationship." It's not common for you to hear women say, "Yeah, I cheated." You understand what I'm saying? Those are the women that were in their masculine. Because it's not in a feminine nature to just do that. She gives her all. She's about monogamy. If men were monogamous, they wouldn't be able to spread their seed.
That's true.
They would be able to have a child too, or after that should get clipped, and then you gotta wait 6 months to have sex. There could be some rule there, and maybe that will keep them in check. There are certain things that keep women in check from not going poly.
Yeah.
That. So now, in the sense of, okay, she get pregnant, I can't. If he was to have sex, keep going, whatever, and every time you do it, he's gonna get clipped, and you won't get it restored until 3 months or 6 months. Yeah, then he's kind of put in his place. But what's gonna keep the woman from doing that? It's the same but reverse. You're pregnant. That stops you from going out to the club every week. Stops you from doing this, stops you from doing that. Dating a whole bunch of people. Yeah.
You would think. There are some people who don't even do that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
God created us like this. There has to be biology. At some point, we can't think about our feelings and emotions. We got to think about biology and logic. Here's the question. It's very difficult. What would you rather be? The king's mistress or the peasant's wife?
Of course, I would say the peasant's wife
Why?
because I'm not. I feel like I know my worth, and I will never accept that title as that piece. Me accepting it it's less than my value. I know what I carry as a woman. I'd rather be single than someone side
Okay.
because I know my value as a woman.
Okay.
Either I'm your wife or I'm nothing else. That's how I look at myself. And I feel like for a woman to accept it because she's a fear of loneliness. She doesn't carry value within herself, and she feels like this is the best I can do.
Don't do that.
That way.
Don't do that. Speak for yourself only. Don't say about, oh, if a woman is doing that. No, that's manipulation. Speak for
No,
yourself and say, this is
if
what I
you feel
want
like
for me.
her,
Don't
but
say if women do that, they don't respect themselves.
yeah, but if you
No,
feel
no,
like
no, no,
she's
no,
not,
no. Don't do that here. Don't do that here. Just say, this is what I value. This is what I think. Don't say if a woman does that, then this is what it is. She's low value. She don't give a fuck about herself. She's willing to be a
that's
doormat.
not what I'm
Don't
saying.
do that. And I'm not saying you were saying that verbatim, but don't do that. You're not going to do that here. Sue, what would you rather be?
I
Uh,
can't do.
I would choose the peasant's wife
Why?
because I'm just a sucker like that. I don't look for somebody to. It's gonna sound bad. I know myself, and I'm not like money and glamour and that doesn't necessarily
King,
do anything for
king
me.
doesn't mean money, though. It's not.
No, that's true, but
Okay.
I just that's what I associate because that you said either a king's mistress or a peasant's wife.
Yeah,
So to
because the
me,
king
one
is
got money, right? One
the
is
king.
valuable,
Yes, it's
and
not. I'm not. I didn't mention anything monetary.
no, I know, but
One
that's
is
mine,
valuable, one isn't.
right? I would. That's just the way I am. I would just go with the peasant.
Okay. Um. All right. Why is it that a woman will most likely build a relationship with a side dude, but the man doesn't often build one with the side chick?
Because obviously the side dude is providing something that she wants. Manure like is mainly monetary money, given what she wants, so she's willing to put up with that side man. She's getting something out of it. I don't know one person would want a side man and not getting benefit out of it.
Okay.
Why wouldn't a man though build with the side piece
Are you
if
gonna
he's not?
answer this first, or
Oh, yeah. Why would a woman build with a man, a side piece guy, and not a guy with a side piece girl? Um, Probably for the same reason that Octavia said. He's providing something that she's lacking
Mm,
in her relationship, or like he's giving something.
okay? So why wouldn't he build with the side piece? It's very rare that he does. But it's not common. First of all, a lot of men do certain things. They might pander. They might tell women what they want to hear to get the box.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a lot of men's end goal. So when he can already see that he's already getting the box and has to do very little,
He doesn't put effort
why
in.
would he elevate her to give her more titles?
Mm.
You see, he might also be thinking, and I'm not saying I think like this, but he might also be thinking, damn, we did a lot of, freaky shit or whatever right off the bat. And my wife, she made me wait for that. So it's like, why would I make you a wife? I'm kind of good where we at right now. The woman, on the other hand, will build with the side dude, even if she's thinking, oh, he was a man whore or whatever. One, laziness, because a lot of women don't approach men. So that's why they keep backup plans. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Two, it's already, I already built a connection. Remember, when women cheat, it's because they knew the guy. When most guys cheat, they could do it with a stranger.
Okay.
And it could be that first opportunity. Oh shit, I met her at the club tonight. Stranger. The woman, if she's cheating, she built, remember? She's more calculating. She built an emotional connection prior, mental connection prior, before the physical act. So she's already cheating on the mental emotional part before the physical act. She does what a man gonna do. You see?
Yeah, I think that's changing a lot now, though.
So why would
Sis,
she do with the side dude, knowing that, oh, you messed with me or you talked to me while you knew I was married or whatever it is. She's not even thinking about that like a man is thinking about it. Remember, men kind of, this is a different topic. If if a woman gives it up to me the first night, I'm not gonna respect her. I'm trying to make people understand by saying this. The one that makes me wait and is valid for that, she not playing games. Oh, look at her Instagram cleavage and shit. No, she lying. Why she pretending to be celibate? She clearly hoeing out here. No, she's clearly like on both, like a saint almost. No, I'm celibate. Da 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 da. Tells you her itinerary every time. She talking to me all day. I know she not with another dude, cause she talking to me all day. Tell me what time she get home, where she going. Boom. That in a sense he gonna respect more. Build. So it's the same thing with the side. Men logic, women logic. Women not thinking about all that because they already built a connection. The dude is already thinking, why would I make you the wife? You do all this shit. I don't really respect you. We have fun.
Yeah, but I think nowadays, I think a lot of women are thinking the same way. I'm gonna keep you on the side, but I'm not gonna leave my husband. But while I'm having fun with you, what you could pay a bill. You can. That's what I think.
Yes,
more.
but most likely when she leaves the husband, she's going to the side to build a relationship.
What were you gonna say, Octavia?
You're right. In this day and age, a lot of times women can cheat on her husband only because she feels like something at home is lacking. And she don't have to have emotional connection with that man. He could be giving her more time, more attention, just something she's lacking at home. And not necessarily because emotionally attached to him. Or financial reason. I mean, once women want a man, let's go, we want a man to provide. So this man is making more money, giving her money without even having sex with her. Of course she's gonna keep them around. I feel like women nowadays, like she said, like men, like women usually look outside her home because something's lacking in the household.
Even you and I have said on different shows, women are a lot more in their masculine nowadays.
Yeah, they are.
So females, yeah, not women.
Females, correct.
Not women. There's a big distinction. And that's what I would call modern. Because the traditional is woman, the traditional is feminine, the traditional is submissive. She's not gonna step out regardless what's going on. Neglection, bills, none of that nature. The modern will. You understand what I'm saying? So that's that. And that's my questions. Do you have anything?
No, I was asking as we were going.
Okay.
I think you did a great job, Octavia. He has some hard questions, man.
Yeah, she did good. She did very good. Do you have any final thoughts? Like the show, hate the show, have a problem with what I say, we say?
We. I'm just kidding.
Well, I don't agree a lot of stuff that you said, but that's your opinion, and that's okay because we think differently. Like you said, men and women think differently. So a lot of things I think you said today, I don't agree on. But hey, that's just me, and you're you. But I like how we can have discussions like this, to get the woman's side and two women's side and a man's side. Because I just like some things you said, you got a point on. Like a man, some men say, I ask the same question, like if you sleep with them on the same day, you lose interest or vice. Some men say no. Like we're both adults and we both wanted it. And you're telling me, in your opinion, oh, a man's not gonna marry her because the sex was easy. Again, every man thinks differently. And some, like I said, some say, "Oh no, I don't look at you differently. We both wanted it, and we'll continue talking." Some say, "Think like you." I'm like, well, it was easy to get. I got what I wanted. Why would I make her my wife? So to hear different men, their different perspective is definitely,
Interesting. Yeah,
interesting.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he even had his brother on. Two totally different opinions on something. And that was an interesting, from the same family too. It's very interesting. Everybody has a different opinion. I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for being a guest and have a good night.
You as well.
Anything you want to go through? You have a problem with what I say?
Mm, I don't have necessarily a problem with what you say. I do get confused at times
What is it?
because, like when you said, actually, I mean, after you explained it, because I was like, why wouldn't he build with, a side piece? Like, it's
Y- Okay.
go.
Okay, I'll finish and then I'll tell you.
Because, sometimes just like how we said, if a woman is stepping out, it's because she's lacking something. It's also the same way, the other way around. The man could be not happy in his home and, not even looking for, a person or whatever. And it just happens. She's giving him the attention that he's not getting at home. You know what I mean? So, and I know this is like a one, not the common, but okay, go.
Okay, so most men are looking at it on two perspectives. One man, well, okay, so here's the portion of men that actually engage in polyamorous relationships, right? Like they're committed relationships to him. He's building an emotional attachment, whether it's 2 women or 3 women. It's not just sex.
Right.
And then there are other men who are
Mhm.
like, okay, it's simply self gratification. You
Okay.
see what I'm saying? Because the polyamorous guy, right? He's not just thinking of self gratification.
Right. He wants to build with all of them.
Yeah.
Right.
So, boom. So, I'm differentiating right now. So, now that guy who's engaging with that woman, yo, subconsciously, men still still see purity in women, even till this day.
Okay.
You fucked with me knowing I was with somebody.
Mm.
So, in a way, it's like, what did I say about you? He
Mhm.
might not say that to her, but he's thinking. Even if that was to end with his wife, it doesn't necessarily mean he's gonna make the side chick the wife.
That's true too.
That's why I'm saying there's certain merit there that put her in the wife category. Why I gave you the ring. You had to pass certain tests. Ride or die, more loyal.
Well, that's
The side
you.
chick doesn't necessarily mean she's loyal.
That's true, but
Now, you might have a side chick who's invested with the guy, and it's like I talk about it depending on who they are. They're building an emotional attachment, and she's giving him benefits like a wife. Like they're kind of similar. Maybe he's more dominant. So they act the same.
okay.
Different titles, but they act the same. That's a different scenario, but most men are not leaders. If okay, my wife don't I talked about this on the show. My wife don't do all the freaky shit. I never wanted to admit that I had these dark desires. The side chick fulfills them.
Right.
But I don't kind of respect it. Damn, you slobbed the knob like that? I don't know how I could think about you after. During I'm horny, I'm not thinking logical.
So every time
Hold
he gets
on, I'm talking
horny-
about a specific guy, the basic guy. You did all these crazy stuff. Da, 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 da. I didn't know you was into all this. You did all these toys. I don't respect her subconsciously. The wife I do because she didn't. So maybe she's not fulfilling those things, but I'm providing that. Providing for her kids, providing for her, she'll always have money. Doesn't necessarily mean he's giving the same benefits to the side chick. He's not paying 2 households.
No, of
Maybe he's
course
just
not.
paying one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'll give her money from time to time, but she's not. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like most men, but there's different categories. It's like the polyamorous guy is actually building an emotional attachment. The other guy is doing it for self gratification. It's sexless marriage. She's not giving me attention. Neglection. Whatever it is, doesn't support my dreams. This one bigs me up. This one believes in me. This one believes in my dreams. This one sucks dick like a fucking
Oh my Lord.
vacuum, whatever. Amazing. Does all these things, willing to do all these things sexually, whatever, go on these fun trips, whatever it is. That one, oh, not so much. But that's a person that I would want, like, my kids to model, though. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to model that, but not that. I want my kids to model that. But that she quenches that thirst.
See, I don't think
See,
guys like that. They're so in the moment, everything it's all fine and good, right? Her slapping the knob, that's all fine and good. But when it's all done, now he sees her in a different light. So whenever he's horny, he's gonna see her, in this good light. You
no,
can't
he's
trust
not.
guys like that.
And you're talking with emotion right now. I'm talking
Yeah.
to you about how the basic guy thinks but won't articulate. Like I'm in his mind. Well, those voiceover movies?
Mm.
Mouths are shut, but you hear voices?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. He's not thinking out loud. He's retaining his thoughts. He's keeping them to himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
But you could clearly see it because she's not getting benefits as the wife.
right.
You see what I'm saying? So the reality is, it's like there's multitude of reasons why she's still the side chick. Now, if you ask me, I don't believe in those terms.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in main chicks, even if I have 2 or 3. If I have a wife and I'm connecting with her, I'm going to start to see if I could get her to be a wife too.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like in a situation where men are also hiding it. Me, I'm in a position where it's like, okay, if I'm building with her and there's emotions there, the wife is going to know about her.
Mm.
Both people are going to be in the loop. They're going to be sister wives eventually. Doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be lesbian.
Right.
They have to interact sexually with each other. They're friends.
Right.
They have to get along in some sense. Maybe they don't get along. Regardless, they're sister wives whether they want to or not because they're still engaging with me.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? And that's just me.
Right.
Oh, y'all don't want to see each
Yeah,
other? Okay.
Right.
But they're sister wives still. So it's like, it comes down to a lot of people don't know of these terms. They just do it because of nature.
Mm. Yep. I agree.
Nature. So we always hear often why the relationship didn't work. The man cheated. We always hear that. About like 70%. Man cheated, man cheated, man cheated. That's like so you tolerated abuse though. That didn't make you go. He beat the fuck out of you. That didn't make you go. He stole from you, did some shit. Maybe maybe there's a couple that co-parent, right? Doesn't take care of his kids.
Mm.
Daughter needs shoes. You could handle it. But that shit won't make you go. But the cheating did. Like, yo. See
I
how
know.
crazy it is?
It is. This is insane.
It's always that. But it comes down to why. The biggest thing, ego, pride.
Why she broke? Why she?
Why she
left.
will leave. Yeah,
Mm.
because you put your ego and pride aside, obviously, because he beat the shit out of you. That wasn't the breaking point.
Mhm.
Did all these other things that doesn't take care of his kids. I'll get over it.
Should have been the breaking.
I'll get over it though. I'll get over it. So I got over that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, fuck once in a while. We fuck once in a while. Quenches that thirst. I'm over it. But the cheating, nah, I won't do it.
Yeah.
So that was the
big
breaking
ego.
point because it's more selfish.
Mm-hmm.
All those other things even putting you at risk for death, danger, your kids' health.
Your
wasn't
kids.
even the breaking point. That wasn't even it. It's the cheating because that's selfish.
Mm-hmm.
It's the pride and the ego that's bruised in that sense. It's not what it is. Poly works with submissive women. Poly works or submissive guys. If it's the woman putting the pride away.
Mm-hmm.
Even the man coming in puts his pride away. Because it's like, yo, I gotta provide for both or 3. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give myself. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Building emotional connection.
Mm-hmm.
That's not something that's common for a man to do because we are not as emotional. That's a woman thing.
Yeah.
He's balancing his masculine and feminine because he's getting emotional with the woman. You see what I'm saying? So
Well,
some.
Yeah, like I'm assuming that you're
Oh, I thought.
speaking on
Oh,
on
some
how
men
on
you
how
meant. I
right.
thought you meant I'm understanding some of it.
No, like you dumb girl. No, like I understand. Like you must be talking about how you would be, right? But not all men that I've heard
No, no,
in
no, no,
that
no.
life,
I'm not just
think
talking
like
about
that.
me now.
Right. So, but that's not
So, men.
necessarily true,
Okay.
because I've seen and I've heard, there are what are those shows that are like document? What are they called? Docu-series type of
Yeah,
thing. Okay,
docu-series.
of polygamists out in wherever the freaking is, out Arkansas, wherever the hell they're at.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. It's more like a factory kind of. Let's see how
Mm.
many women I can get. Oh, and the younger the better, and I'm gonna have
Mm.
more. It's not the same.
Okay.
That is more for his own personal gain. Like you're talking about
Yeah,
something
yeah.
totally
So,
different.
so, you wasn't paying attention.
I am paying attention. I'm just saying that that's how you are.
Yeah, but I said earlier, most men, and I categorized. So this side is the polyamorous guy who's doing it for them as well, not just selfish gain. And then you got these guys who are just instant gratification, selfish gain.
But they don't build anything with the other
Yeah,
women.
because it's not poly.
But that's what
See,
I'm saying.
so polyamorous is the real thing. The guys that are doing it for selfish gain or whatever temporary is not.
Right, but what
So
I'm talking about is
they're engaging in polyamory, but they're not engaging in polyamorous relationships.
okay.
You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like a couple that swings.
Okay.
It's once in a while, baby. Valentine's Day, my birthday. Maybe we'll have a threesome. It's not common. So in a sense of where this is, I believe that polygamy, whatever you want to say, polygyny is the new relationship, and people are in denial. There's women out there, probably in a city near you. Well, let me reiterate. I'm not generalizing. There are females, right? Because women are divine. There are females out there, probably in a city near you, who have no problem still keeping her male friends around while she's in a relationship. She's in denial. Technically speaking, she's polyamorous. Remember, I asked that question to a lot of the male guests that come on. What's the question I asked them? It's a double-edged sword question.
Would you be with the woman who had a child and not too many bodies? That one?
I don't know. Are you telling me or asking me?
Okay. The questions I've always heard you ask is, who would the male guest choose? The woman with a child and not too many bodies, or the woman without a child but has a whole lot of bodies? Is that the question you're talking
Correct.
about?
Correct. Yes. Good.
What is the
Okay.
thing that I take? Lion's
Lion's
mane.
mane. Okay. So, in that sense of that question, the reason she has so many is because she had backup plans. It's impossible that she didn't. Because it's not in the woman's nature to just right away. It ended right away. He was always there. It's not in a woman's nature because most feminine women, all feminine women, I don't even say most, the women, the females that do it are in their masculine. Feminine women, all of them, now I generalize, are afraid to approach. They like to be approached. So they might be single for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Even second guessing. I kind of want to talk to him. He's cute. She kind of got to turn her masculine up a little bit to approach. But the feminine woman is always going to be scared. So most likely she might be single for a little bit, celibate for a bit. The woman who acquired so much most likely had them. So that's synonymous with poly. Doesn't necessarily mean she's engaging in a polyamorous relationship. She could just be practicing polyamory.
Like you said before, solo, one.
Yeah. He doesn't even know about them. It flies over his head. He doesn't make any strict. I mean, we're dating. None of this stuff is in the questions of them dating. So, do you have male friends? Do you have any kids? Do you co-parent with your dad? Do you co-parent with the baby's father? Are you fucking with each other?
Yeah.
Are you sexually active? No, they're not. It never comes up.
That's true.
So she still keeps them around, and maybe in her mind, for them, let's reverse it. The guy that does the same thing. Married, but has female friends. Not getting nothing from them. They're not a business partner. They're not an intimate partner. They're not a family member. They're not an acquaintance. Oh, I just call her for advice. We talk about our feelings. Weird shit. She's just there as a friend? No, it's both people are lying to each other. For you to have those male friends while you're in a relationship, girl, for you to have those female friends while you're in a relationship, guy, there's arousal there. Doesn't necessarily mean sexual. Could be mental. Oh, he's funny. That's why I keep him around. We had a guest that said that because I asked her, well, why do you keep him around? I won't mention. Let them go back. I know the episode, but I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to blast her.
About.
Yeah, I'm not trying to blast her. Let them go back. They'll be scrolling trying to figure it out. Why do you keep him around? Oh, he's funny. Isn't that touching her emotions? Oh, this one's smart. Oh, this one's doing. She's extracting. That's what the feminine does. Receives, extracts. The masculine penetrates. The masculine provides. The masculine gives. Right? So the thing is, there's no way you're not extracting from those male friends.
Right.
Oh, my man did something bad. I need a shoulder to cry on. She's using them still. She's extracting. Advice. Nowadays, when this is the acquaintance part, right? Or business. Nowadays, when women try to do that to me, I charge $150 by the hour. Link is in the bio. Go in my bio and put in the calendar, set a appointment. I charge $150 by the hour.
Coach.
Yeah.
He's a coach. He knows what he's talking about.
So it's like you get something. But for you to not get nothing, like weird. There's arousal there. There's attraction in some sense. That's why it's cheating.
Yeah.
But are they in denial? Yes. They're lying. Or two, they're doing it subconscious. There's no middle ground. Because everybody's definition of cheating is sexual intercourse with somebody that's outside of your relationship.
Yeah.
Now physical, yeah.
Right.
Now in polyamorous relationships, if you are engaging with a woman and you're adding emotions there and they don't know about it, then it can be cheating in that. But let's say, for example, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say I went on a couple of dates.
Okay.
Nothing's turning into anything. There's no love. There's no emotions. There's nothing. They don't need to know about it unless I want to tell them. Because remember, it's not going to
turning into.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Because remember, that guy wants to build. He doesn't just do side chicks.
Right.
Even if it's a third woman, she going to come on the team as something, not a side chick, a third wife, second wife. He's building. It's different on the sense of the guy who doesn't know himself, especially the black man, because it's just common with it. Ancient Egyptians, it's common.
Yep.
Women fight their nature. It's common. It's hard.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, like, this is about knowing ourselves. Is monogamy not the way anymore? Yeah. Because especially as women get older, we're talking about the guests. You're not going to meet these 40-year-old virgins. You'll be lucky if you meet a guy in his mid-30s who doesn't have children. If you have a kid with somebody else, they're kind of poly. Me, I don't engage with single moms unless, this is a rare thing, unless the kids are old enough, gone, they're independent, they don't need her, or she's just doing it by herself. The dude is in another state, whatever. He just wants to forget about her, relinquish all my duties and stuff. That's the only way. Only way. Because the reality is, if she's co-parenting, that means she's interacting with him. And a possessive territorial man, that's a problem. So she's engaging in poly and in denial. Same thing with the dude. Why won't a woman who doesn't have kids engage with a man who does? She doesn't want to share. She doesn't want to have to deal with the baby drama, mama, whatever they say.
Yeah, that's true.
How do I know if she's a good woman? She uses your child as a pawn? But the man who has the kid with the woman, who gets with a woman who doesn't have a kid, poly. It's still a poly.
Hold up.
Oh,
The
oh,
guy
so-
who has a wife and a kid, but gets with a woman that doesn't have a kid.
sorry.
That's what you said?
Sorry. So the guy who has a kid with a woman, and then the woman who doesn't have a kid, she's childless, and he's interacting with her, knowing I have a kid, yeah, she's be prone to be more accepting of that than the man, because of woman's nature.
That's true.
So yeah, I'll love your daughter or the son like my own. But the reality is, if he's still co-parenting, regardless, that's the bond that you have with the other woman is poly. As the technical magician, me, it's poly. Most people are not gonna believe because, hey, I don't fuck with my baby mama no more. Literally, I don't fuck with her. We don't fuck. We don't have sex. I just drop them off. She just drop them off. She don't even stay. So they're thinking in that aspect.
Right, but it's not. It's deeper than that. Obviously.
It's deeper than that because you got to understand the woman that's coming into his life, regardless, they're bound to meet. Could be a family outing. They're bound to meet. The woman, the mom might say, "Yo, I want to be there for my son's graduation. I don't care if your new chick's gonna be there. I want to be for my son's graduation. I don't want to miss that." Like I said, they're bound to meet. So she got to get along with her. Kind of like sister wives now. Poly. Yo, people can't play with me. You ain't winning a debate. You ain't winning a debate.
That's true.
Poly, technically speaking, poly. A man who has a kid, because that bond is forever. So it's a rare thing.
Not that forever.
It's a rare thing.
It changes.
It's the child or children is forever. So it's a rare situation I will date single moms. But I mentioned what the exceptions are. And she's the exception to the rule. Most single moms are co-parenting, so they're not really single moms. And if they aren't doing it themselves with the dude, like, where is he? What's going on? Those are the rare situations. Kids are dependent. They're out of the house, whatever. All right, cool. Because it's kind of like I could start over. Maybe it's a 7-year-old kid, 10-year-old kid. Obviously dependent upon you. But he's in another state. Y'all don't even talk. She's just doing it on her own. It's rare. You know what I'm saying? If we connecting, all right, but you know what evens the playing field? I gotta pop a couple out of you. That's my own. Because then I will then accept him too as my own. I can't just accept him and I don't have no kids with you. We just raise them together. You got a kid with another man. No, I gotta pop some in you. You know what I'm saying? Then I accept him or her as my own. Because we all gonna be a family. But I'm not just coming in, I don't have kids, and just coming in, I'm accepting your kids as mine? Nah. He's with another dude. Like, nah.
So
she's poly.
No. Yes, but yep. No, you're right.
What were you gonna say?
No.
What are you gonna say?
No. It's like for off camera. It's okay.
Say it.
Because you were saying how the only way that you would accept her kid is if you have another kid. So when is it the magical moment that you accept her kid? When she gives birth to your kid and now it's okay, now it's a family? Or when when does that happen? You could think, all right, I want her to be with me forever and we're gonna get married. And, you give her a ring.
Going into the dynamic, I'm not gonna accept the kid right away.
Right, obviously.
Going into the dynamic, we gotta build. When she's to the point where she's like, "Oh, I want my kid to meet you," whatever. And the thing is, too, like, I have a limit. 1, not 2, 3, 4. No, I'm staying away from you. I don't care how much we're connecting. No, 1. And if you want to keep fucking with me, you gotta be celibate. You're not having another one. Because then it's going to be bye-bye. I missed out on a good connection. Bye. 1 is the exception. 1. So in that moment, it's like, it's rare, but it can happen. Where it's like, I come in and I'm like, I'm accepting her. But knowing that you're going to have half sisters or brothers. You're good? You're good with that? And it's a girl. Oh, yeah, I consider you my dad. That's the only situation. I don't promote this, but the baby father's no longer on this earth. He's out of state, relinquishing control. These will be the only times where I'll be like, oh, because at the end of the day, I'm eventually gonna have to meet him, interact. And some baby fathers are fucked up, right? First of all, if you're a baby daddy, you already can see what type of character. A lot of them are fucked up to a point where, yo, she got a new nigga and he better than me? I don't want her to be happy. So now he starts imposing his will on shit. And now it's a problem because remember, I'm reading in depth. Now it's a problem because now I gotta deal with him and I ain't never met him. Boom, here's a scenario. You co-parent. You go meet with him. He ain't doing what he needs to do. Now he's stressing you out, your energy and everything. I'm spending time with you. You can't even be present here. We went to the park or whatever it is, movies. You can't even be present. Yo, what's going on, baby? You know, my baby daddy, an asshole. He did it. So now I got to deal with this nigga too and his energy?
That makes
because
sense.
he's fucking you up. At some point, I got to step in
That makes
and
sense.
be like, yo, you doing it? I don't like what you doing, my lady. What you talking about? We got a kid together. Gonna turn into an altercation. Or it's like, you know what? I don't want you seeing him. But I got to. We co-parent. And at the end of the day, am I willing to just say, you know what? Let me take the kid and provide for them.
Yeah, that's
This
fair.
is a double-edged sword. It's hard.
Yeah.
The playing field that evens it is, yo, we gonna have kids. Tell them that, tell your daughter or son that they're gonna have a half sister or brother. And that's gonna be the only scenario. And him, no communication at all. He might as well move to another state, away from him. Like, I don't want no communication or whatever. It's like you start fresh. It's rare, but that's how I would keep it in check.
Yeah.
Because the reality is, a lot of men ain't not willing to do it. They're just not gonna be as honest as me.
That's true.
They're gonna lie.
And
Hey, so how many kids you got? I got a couple. But you know what? They got their own father, though. Don't worry about it. They got their own father. You think a man wants to hear that? They get, oh, cool. You know, I ain't gonna do shit. Nah, I promise you. In a sense, it's like, for you excluding that, like, he's beta. A lot of his, if he was alpha, a lot of his alpha is diminished.
Wait. If you're excluding what? Him being the father figure?
If he's like,
what?
if he's just like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna come into this and let her interact, let her co-parent, and da-da-da-da-da. I'm fucking with her. No, nothing is guaranteed there. Nothing is guaranteed there. When y'all break up, she going back to him. That's the backup plan, the baby daddy. Denial. Denial.
And
you know what? You say you don't know about that? It depends too on the caliber of the dude. But you gotta understand this one aspect. You gotta understand this one aspect. Women are creatures of habit. So the bond that you share with her, which is the most potent bond, which is a child, that brings up a lot of memories, a lot of old feelings, regardless. The only way that happens is if she keeps hold herself accountable, or that man steps in and says, I don't want interactions. I don't want you smoking weed with him. I don't want you talking. I don't want you this, that. If you got a co-parent, bomb. You got to go to the crib, make sure he's not there. He puts certain words, or she puts it, because a lot of dudes are not dominant, right? Or she puts it on herself. No, I'm disrespecting my new boyfriend by doing this. So I will hold myself accountable and not talk this way behind his back. Not talk about sexual things, joke around behind his back. Not fuck with him, literally, behind his back. She will hold herself accountable. Or he puts that. That's the only way where she ain't going back to him. But if she's allowed to have those opportunities and those freedoms, absolutely. Because it's what she knows. Women are creatures of habit. I'll go. It's full circle. They go back to what they know, even if he wasn't shit.
I think that there's a big misconception about that, because I not that that doesn't happen, like, exes have sex when they pick up the kid. I'm sure that does happen, but you also have to, taking it into accountability. It's not just the caliber of man that the ex is, it's everything that involved them, the woman finally move, leaving. Whether she left, he left, or whatever, it has to do with a lot of that. And plus, when you're in that, and I'm speaking for
I
myself.
was just about to say
Hell
that.
yeah, I'm speaking for myself. When you're in that and you've reached your point, and you're like, you know what, I'm done. Thank you very much. It doesn't matter. He could freaking be dropping money or talking sweet and this and that. No, I'm still gonna remember every single thing that led to us not working out.
And I was gonna say, you're speaking from your own perspective, which is
Yeah.
okay. Most women, no, you cannot say most females, because I just said earlier in the show, and they can rewind it. Oh, so him beating your ass wasn't the breaking point. Him doing this wasn't the breaking point. You see? So
Right.
it don't matter, depending on the woman and where her mindset is at. It's
Correct.
very imperative that the masculine comes in, whether it was a father, uncle, more in tune brothers, boyfriend, comes in and actually helps the woman stay in check. Because most of the time, and that's what makes that's the differentiation of women
Stay in
and
check.
feminine.
Stay in
That's
check
the
with what?
because the woman is divine. So the divine woman holds herself accountable.
No, I know, but stay in
And
check
how
with
does
what?
she learn how to hold herself accountable? She don't just learn it because the feminine is built to follow. She most likely learned it from a man, whether it was her father, and she keeps it
Relationship.
intact.
Mm-hmm.
She keeps it intact because she could see the consequences of getting out of that path. Or it's a man that she engages with that reminds her of her father, that says the stuff that her grandfather was saying, that says the stuff that her uncle was saying. That's what keeps the woman in check from not doing all these horrid things that I mentioned. Going back to exes, da da da. Yo, he beat the shit out of you many times to the brink of your life. But you went back? Yeah.
I don't.
Yes. The woman's
No
gonna
one had to
keep
put me in
herself.
check.
The woman's gonna keep herself in check by self-discipline. She doesn't just learn that on
Yes.
her own. She
That's
learns that
true.
because a man comes into her life and says, yo, this is the man you should stay away from. This is the man you should entertain. The father. The boyfriend, rules, guidelines, da 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 da. And that's the only way the woman kind of keeps that. If she values that man, regardless of how it ended, she don't regress. Because she respected it and she saw the possible ramifications, bad ones. So no, I gotta stay on this path, even if I want to make dibble and dabble. Now I got sexual discipline within myself, the woman say. She don't say that verbally, she thinking it.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't do this because I can see the possible result. I'm a dibble and dabble. Maybe he gonna get in his feelings, get more territorial and possessive, or whatnot, or do this shit, blah 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 blah. And when I'm leaving, he's gonna be that's he takes it out on the kids. The man, oh, he's doing it, whatever it is. Now he takes it out on the kids because of the woman, because he don't get along with the baby mom. She takes it out on the kids because she don't get along with the baby father.
That's awful.
It's a
Poor
cycle.
kids.
It's a cycle. So ultimately, it comes down to this. Are we going to meet more polyamorous people in this world where we are today? Absolutely, unless you go to a different country.
No, I think.
But if
so
you want to
too.
stay in America, it's almost like it's really, really rare you meet single people. And if they're single, they're probably dating.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're not dating, or they say they're not in a relationship, they're probably sexually active, but they won't mention that. And my perspective, if you're having sex, you're in a relationship. So she's in a relationship, but she don't think she is, or he doesn't think he is, because I didn't put a title there. But I'm a technical beast. I'm looking on all aspects. You know, I'm speaking technically, like, yeah, technically you in a relationship, even if it's just a sexual one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if you dibble it, if a woman tell me, and I'm not trying to pick on single moms, but if a woman tell me, oh, I'm single, I'm not dating, are you sexually active though? I mean, I do got somebody. Oh, so you in a relationship.
A situation.
Baby daddy, fucked a couple of times within the past 3 months, but I'm single. You're in a relationship.
Wow.
Yeah, the woman gotta extract a lot of that stuff out of her. It takes a while to detox, especially her vagina. You know what I'm saying? Demons in it. Takes a while. So technically, it's like it could be a month. He's still there. He engages with you. He's absorbing that. A lot of people are not aware of this stuff, divine energy and stuff of this nature.
That's true.
The reality is, if people are already engaging in this, secretly, privately, whatever.
Subconsciously.
You got a married woman right now who got her OnlyFans. What are you doing? Didn't you get to what you wanted, the end goal? Getting their body done. For what? For what? Why do you still crave attention as a wife? What?
Maybe it's economy.
Nah, man. Nah. Yeah, you're right. But no.
Yeah, you could do
You know what I'm saying?
things.
How is the wife that's married on there twerking and showing her booty? That gives me trauma. That gives me trauma. Because if I'm not strong, well, let me tell the truth. It doesn't give me trauma. I'm just thinking like a regular guy. Because I change chicks and I'm in my divine. But if I'm a regular guy, that gives me trauma. I don't want to marry women. Because if this is what they do, damn, marriage supposed to be one of the strongest bonds or whatever. And she could do this online or whatever. I could see that tattoo. Nah.
Everybody could see that tattoo.
Like, nah. I'm not marrying chicks. What's the benefit I'm getting? To be a cuckold? To watch her fuck other niggas and hear about it? Flirting online? I'm a cuck now. I'm a cuckold. She's this exposing herself online. I'm a cuck. Not really, because words are powerful. I'm not. I'm just trying to speak like the regular guy. He was being manipulated. You see what I'm saying? So it's like there's a big denial because people don't know themselves. So they don't know what they're interacting
They really don't.
in and what practices they're engaging in. You know what I'm saying? So my final thoughts, the economy state, it's more common to cheat because of the economy. Females do it more and are in denial. And the reason I say this is because me specifically, I don't look at cheating on just a physical aspect or a sexual aspect.
Yeah.
That's why I say women are doing it more. It could be the co-parenting thing. You're going on dates with her. She's having sex with the baby daddy or the baby mom. Rather than trying to get the ring from the one they chose to let bust in them. So the reality is this. This is how I always tell women. If you're going to keep dibbling and dabbling in your baby father, guys, if you're going to keep dibbling and dabbling in your baby mother, if you got a girl already and you're going to marry her, make the baby mother a second wife. Easy. Easy. Ladies, if you're dibbling and dabbling and you got a boyfriend or you're dating, so you're not giving it up to the people you're dating because you're getting dick. Okay. Then this is what you should do. Try to get the ring from him.
That makes sense.
Who cares if he's an asshole or whatever it is? Put your pride and your ego aside because you chose him. If not, have more sexual discipline and eradicate everything. Tell him that I don't want your help. I'm not going to take you to court or anything like that, but I don't want your help. You can relinquish your controls. I'll do it on my own. Because this is what I want. I promise you, Sue. I promise you. Any man that's in his divinity meets these type of women are going to ask them these tough questions on dates. And they're going to make them think to a point where those men force those women to make a decision. Because they think they're just hunky-dory and it's dandy. And it's just cool. It won't happen again. It's cool. Yeah. We have Thanksgiving together. Well, we don't fuck though. No, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Oh, we doing it for the kids though. It's not cool. You might as well get back together.
Yeah, that's true. That's a very good point. Yep.
So the reality is the poly is more so on the kids being involved. Because it's very rare today you're going to meet like single people. And I'm also technical. So if a man is single, he's not married.
When
A
you say
man
single,
who's
single,
married is not single. A woman who's single is not married. A woman who's married is not single.
single, also no kids, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we
just
got to
wanted to get
understand
that
most
clear.
people have kids,
Yeah.
especially in America. So
very
if you go
seldom.
to a different country where it's more traditional, it's like, no, I'm not going to have a kid until you give me the ring first. I'm not going to have sex until you give me the ring first because I need to I need to secure my future. That's how the traditional woman thought back in the days. Oh, I can't touch her until we go on a certain amount of dates. I can't touch her until I'm ready to get married. Boom, boom, boom. Back in the days. Unless you go to a different country, no, because America's just whatever,
like
da 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 da
that,
da.
yeah.
And feminism is so high that you're gonna meet a chick with a lot of bodies
Yeah.
who's practicing polyamory and she's just unaware of it, who has her OnlyFans. Modern. So in a way, it's like you gotta dive into it trying to reach the tunnel of the few
Yeah.
women that are traditional. In when you're going in that tunnel, you're gonna meet bugs, you're gonna meet snails and stuff, dirt, and those are all the modern chicks.
What tunnel is this? Not
It's
the tunnel of love. What
it's the
kind of bugs
tunnel.
they got
It's
there?
the tunnel to get to the traditional women.
I
They're
get
not
it.
hard. They're hard to find. So you gotta go through kind of
That
like
is a
hard.
really good
analogy.
analogy.
Yeah,
Yes.
hard shit to get them because they're not
Yeah.
common.
Yes, you have to go through
Yeah.
the forest.
So
type thing.
maybe
I
in a
got it.
country, I'll say.
Yeah,
You know
like
what
a
I'm saying?
jungle maybe.
Maybe in a country, I'll say. In a country full of like, let's say just a number, 100 modern chicks, you have to like cut through and vet properly to get to maybe the 5 traditional women that are still there and stubborn and stuck in their ways and they're not gonna change within the times. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get to them or the 10. You're gonna meet most modern people, especially in America. And when you engage with them, they're gonna have somebody that they're attached to. You know what I'm saying? It's just a fact. It's just a fact. And the woman could be single, but it's like, well, how are her DMs?
DM single too.
How is her
I
phone?
made myself laugh.
Male friends, the work husbands. You see what I'm saying? The dudes she go to Walmart and meet. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Walgreens.
it's like in a sense of you look at it like, yo, it's so easy to cheat. The reality is, where you struggle to be is not what you really are. And most people struggle to be monogamous.
What you struggle to be
is not what you really are.
Gotcha.
And most people struggle to be monogamous.
Because they're really not.
They're like putting on the front for family. This is the right thing to do. Religion. These are the things that they feel keep them in check. But just like I was telling Octavia, it's certain tests that's going to really show you like where you really are.
Yeah.
So a man could be like, yeah, I'm about monogamy, whatnot. All right. Put him in a room full of naked women. See if he simps. See if he's trying to pay for the box. See if he remains dominant, though, because he believes sex is power.
Do you think
and he's
women
not going to
should
let
do
the
that?
woman get him to his knees because he got sexual discipline. His pride and his ego is up. He's thinking logically. He's thinking with the head on the top. Not, wow, I got all this opportunity. He's not thinking about monogamy anymore. That's his true nature.
Do you think women should do that? Test the
No.
men like that? Okay.
No. I'm just saying, like, God's going to do it.
Right. Okay. So you don't have to just be aware.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes open. Got
The
it.
woman who's married to the husband and he doesn't have social media, but he allows her to do it, right? Doesn't put any stamps, checks her phone, nothing. And she's online taking selfies, doing this, doing that. You already know she's going to acquire male energy. At some point, there's going to be one or two she going to connect with, even if she ain't opened the DMs yet. The moment you are not giving her what she needs, attention or whatever, she going to run to that. Because if the woman is already doing that stuff online or whatever, she's already not in her divinity. That's why I say she's prone to do that. Only God, the ancestors, religion or spirituality is what keeps the man or woman in check. You know what I'm saying? So in a sense, well, let me reiterate. It's what keeps the woman in check because it's still in a man's nature as far as polyamorous. It keeps the woman in check. So in a sense of, oh, I'm not getting this, I'm not getting that. She chose that man. She not gonna go to get it elsewhere because she has that spiritual discernment, especially within herself. She believes in karma. She believes in a higher power. She believes there are consequences to that. She's not just thinking emotionally for the moment. When these women get in their divinity, they may be emotional, but their logic is intact too. The woman who's not is very, very emotional. Her logic is very, very low. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in a sense, it's like when men vet these women, these are things they gotta study too, to know who if you got a good woman or not. I don't have to worry about I got her mad, she gonna do something crazy. Because I chose the right one. You know what I'm saying? She got a track record of doing that. I know what she's gonna do. We just got into an argument. I know exactly what she's gonna do. Whatever. I just let it rock.
I was gonna say a lot of people, not just men or women, but a lot of people, they don't vet correctly or long enough.
Yeah.
You know, they see a pretty face, pretty body, you know, muscles, tattoos, or whatever, and it's like instant. All right, I don't normally do this, but
Social media is another thing. See, most likely when I get with women, I don't allow them to have social media unless they are doing something productive on there. Because I already know about female nature. So if the woman kind of has social media, she's like cheating. You know what I'm saying? And the only way she doesn't cheat is if she can give me like voluntarily, like I don't ask for it. I promise you, I don't ask for it. But if she will say, you know what? Is this going to make you more sure that you chose the right person? You can have my password. You can get in there, whatever. My phone, here's the password. See? In that moment, yo, you chose the right one. But in a sense, if it's like, nah, this is my privacy. Da-da-da-da. Oh, word? Okay. We're not in a relationship.
That's funny style. Yeah.
It's funny. You know what I'm saying? If it's like couples swap phones. I seen a video like that. The girl was reluctant. The guy was like,
I saw that video, yeah.
The girl was reluctant. Well, why though? Nah, I mean, why do we gotta do that? It's about privacy though. People shouldn't invade people's privacy, but you gotta understand that I've gotten with women who would like voluntarily show me their DM before I even had to ask. People you could trust. They're already showing that. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, like even social media makes it easy for people to be poly. Because like I was saying with the caller, the guy that's really successful, a lot of things is going to come with that. So you're sharing him in many different aspects. It doesn't necessarily mean you're sharing him physically. Women that's around him. Some women just want to be around a powerful man. I don't want nothing with you. You don't have to place me anything. Can I just stay here? Can I just stay here? Can I just rock with you? Can I just, you know what I'm saying, be around you? You see, so it's like, it's living in a fairy tale world. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but I'm telling you the truth. You get with the peasant, he's just regular. He probably will be put in this circumstance. But at the end of the day, women in general are hypergamous by nature. So you still want a guy kind of superior. The peasant is on the same level as the woman, in a sense. That's not building any type of arousal there. So most women are biologically designed to want the king. Because I'm not just saying, oh, the king's gonna come with monetary benefits. No. I make 6 figures, girl. That doesn't mean you do. You might like 6-figure guys, but yeah, I pay for everything. But you're not getting a shopping spree. You're not getting an allowance. So why do you really want 6 figures? That's my money. I worked hard for that. If you prove loyalty and stuff of that nature, maybe you could get some and get a ring. But if I start dating you, you know that I make 6 figures. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to give you. Who cares if I pay for dinner, this and that? That's chump change. I wipe my ass with that. It doesn't mean I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I'm buying her expensive cars. I'm getting her Gucci, Louis. She getting a shopping spree. No, that's my shit.
That's right. That's right. That's your
You,
shit. That's right.
you understand what I'm saying? So these women don't even understand what they're saying.
Yeah, they're getting excited for nothing.
Yeah, it's the hypergamous nature.
Yeah.
It's not about the 6 figures. It's not about the 8 figures. It's not about that. It's more of, okay, this is the byproduct of security. I don't want to be struggling. Bills. No, he's the one that's going to be struggling to pay the bills. You living good. It had nothing to do with you. My bread don't have nothing to do with you. And the only reason it's yours, in a sense of, I'm providing the basic things. Shelter, food, water, clothing. You're not getting a shopping spree. And your feminine products that you need once a month or whatever it is. You're not getting a shopping spree. You're not going on trips every week. And if I gave you bread, it's for you to buy something that's a necessity. Oh, she needs a jacket. Give her some bread. And that goes back to the necessities. It's not, oh, I'm taking you on a trip every month. Oh, so that's why you want to fuck with the rich niggas. Ah, okay, you want to show off to all your friends to make them feel inadequate. We got to stop lying. We got to stop lying. That's the problem.
Yeah, definitely.
And most likely when you get with these type of dudes, they're probably going to be attached to somebody. Probably going to be married. Or probably going to be coming with devil nature. They're a devil. It's very rare you find the guy that's making that amount of money that still got God in him. That's rare. That's a handful. That's what's really, really high value. Because we don't even talk about the money aspect when we talk about that. We got a show like that coming up. But it's from within. So the man is already in tune. Because if he has God in him, he's going to know how to treat the woman. He's going to know, no, I'm not putting my hands on her. That's consensual and that's playtime. It's not when I'm angry. Because that's a sadist. That's not a dom. You know what I'm saying? It's not, oh, I'm punishing her physical. No, you punish her emotionally and psychologically. She wants to act like a little kid. Okay, you on your phone all day? I'm taking that. And anybody calls you, I'm going to tell them you are busy. Those are better psychology. Oh, I'm going to beat her. No, that's not. That's a man that has a devil in him. And sometimes that money comes with the devil.
Oh, yeah.
Women don't put that into perspective. So if they're asking for these guys with money, they need to add that has God in him.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that man's going to know how to treat you as a woman. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to get your needs met. You know, so poly is very common today. It's just a lot of people are in denial about it. A lot of people don't even know these terms, but they do it subconsciously. And by them doing it subconsciously, it's really more about selfish gain. Right or wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, with that being said, it might not last because you're not building anything out of it. Oh, okay, you know, like you were saying earlier, yeah, I got the side dude, but I'm not leaving the husband. He was there when I needed somebody the most. But now me and my husband are patching things up. You got to understand, like, what you were actually engaging in and how it's going to affect the other person. That's what it comes down to it. Baby fathers, more than one, you're poly. Have sex with each other, and you're out there dating, you're poly. But if you're not dating, you're not. Because you're just building around one spot. You're able to be present because you're just giving your all to your baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? The men who are out there and just, you know, spreading themselves thin with just random people or whatever, swinging, whatnot. Like, that's the guy that she's talking about that has a problem from within. That's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth, not my perspective. She was speaking for her perspective, but trying to make it a general thing. No. The man who still engages in poly, but is spiritual, he's going to be thinking of building a relationship with all of those women. Emotionally, especially. Do not listen to people that lie to you and say, oh, yeah, if he has God in him, he's not going to do that. He going to be a one-woman man. No. Most of the time, women say that. And men that say it are male feminists. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. I never had a problem in my relationship to talk about, yo, I'm connecting with another chick. I never had a chick, do you know, cheat on me? No, never. Never had that problem. Because they know what type of character I am. They know that if it's serious or if it's going to turn into something, she going to know about it. Because she's studying my mannerisms for a long time. Sometimes poly also works with like a main person for a long time. It's like, okay, we've been together for like 3 years, the guy and the girl. We'll just get a girlfriend for the both of us. And she's cool with it because she's built with him. Sometimes that works. It's very rare you get to, okay, I'm a single guy. I go out there and I meet 2 chicks and I tell them about each other. That's like very rare. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how much blue check marks you got on social media. That's very rare that they're both gonna be in agreement to that.
Yeah, that's true.
That's very rare. You know what I'm saying? You know, because they're not seeing anything about you. They're not getting anything. All right. Any final thoughts?
No.
All right. So yeah, people are in denial. But there are some shows that are gonna educate you about certain terms, and you don't have to be converted to it. You can just be like, oh, I knew what that meant. Like, look at Octavia. She was like, I thought that's what that was.
Yeah, and me even here doing 14 seasons with you, there's still like, stuff that I learned.
Yeah.
So
And
that's good.
if they want to go back to the part 2, monogamy versus polygamy, episode 52, season 5, it's on there. And they can get more education and stuff as well. It is kind of like a part 3 or part 4. All right, so the seasons are the seasons, the season and the episodes are heating up.
Yep.
Getting to that boiling point. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned into one of the most raw, uncut, unapologetic, real, no holds barred, intense. I should start saying passionate, thought provoking, conversation stimulating, passionate podcast, the Discipline Therapy Podcast. Peace.